Starting. We're live. All right. Welcome everyone who might be in the room right now. We're doing Brick Time live here with Canadian Brickyard.
Hey guys.
We're just we're building MOCs. Canadian Brickyard is going to be building a set. What kind of set are you building today, Canadian Brickyard?
So what I'm planning on building today is the Bugatti Chiron, but this is the Speed Champion edition. So
not the Technic version.
Yeah, not the tech. Could you imagine that? It's like, yeah, we're going to be here for like 20 hours. But anyways, yeah. So this is set number 75878, and I mean, I've heard a lot of really good things about the lines on this car, so I'm looking forward to it.
Right on. Are you going to be applying all those stickers too?
Definitely. I'm all into stickers, and the only time I don't apply stickers is if I have a use for them elsewhere. But with this set, yeah, especially with most of the Speed Champions, the cars just don't look the same if you don't put the stickers on, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
And
have a use for them.
What we'll be working on is just a lot of mock building. We are in preparation for the Megatrain show that we attend here in Manitoba. That's at the end of September. So right now we're working on our downtown district. Hopefully soon going to be taking all these base plates off our table because it's really full right now. Yeah, but yeah. So Canadian Brickyard, would you like to introduce yourself a bit more for the viewers that might not know who you are?
Oh, for the viewers that don't know who I am. All right. So my name's Amir. I pretty much have a YouTube Lego channel along with my dog Dexter. And what we do is we started off with Lego City updates and kind of just looked into a few hauls and everything else. And now the channel's kind of migrating a little bit more towards stop motion, animation, and everything else. So it'll be interesting to see how the channel kind of progresses as we start getting more and more active back into Lego. So yeah, that's who we are.
Nice. All right. And do I introduce myself? I guess I'm going to introduce myself. So I'm Matt. I haven't been on any of these live streams before, so yeah, that'll be new. And as Sean said previously, we're going to be doing some work on this downtown city here. Yeah, I'm kind of old and still into Lego. My friends sort of make me. That's about it.
That's okay.
Yeah, because like Matt, just for everyone's refresher, so like both you and Sean both tandem this your channel together, but I mean obviously like I've met so far quite a bit of Sean, being able to talk to him quite a bit throughout the times and everything. And so do you play like a half and half role into this channel, or do you more focus on certain parts of the channel, or what do you kind of do?
I'd say he does much more than me. I say that sometimes it's me providing funds. I know he's going to not say that, but in retrospect, it's definitely me providing lots of funds.
All right.
I definitely took a lot of steps back. I love doing animation stuff. I'm no good at it, but I love doing it, and I haven't really found time or a good camera to get back into it. So that's more what I would want to do one day, but not for a long time. I sort of feel like that's once I'm older and in an adult stage of life where I can start doing that in free time and get like a good camera and really invest in it. But for now, it's just fun to build stuff. And
yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's really what this whole hobby should be about, right? I mean, regardless of what you're actually doing with it, it all comes down to creativity. But later on, when you do get into like more aggressive filming and everything, let's definitely have a chat, because I can at least like dump as much knowledge as I can of what I've been able to pick up so far on, you know, just on my filming and even my stop motion and everything. So maybe we can help each other out.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I definitely want to get into more of the I know that Minecraft was something that people did, and I think that's really simple and easy because it's really easy to build. It's something that most people know, so I thought it was a cool little idea that one day I would do, or just short little films, just different things. And one of the things I don't enjoy watching on YouTube is people doing the same mocks. Like once that Crate movie came out, everyone was doing a Crate mock, and it kind of got annoying.
Jedi.
What?
The Last Jedi?
Yeah, once The Last Jedi came out, everyone was doing a Crate mock, and it was kind of like, can you come up with something cool and new? So I remember around that time, I just did like a tiny little thing on the side of the table with spare pieces, making a couple of clones at some random thing. But the point was that it wasn't the generic basic thing that everyone else did. It was something uniquely different. So that's sort of the thing I'd want to do with stop motion. It's just random little things that you get to make the story of.
And that's exactly it, is that and that was something that I was kind of really focusing in on, I guess, in the past like couple months or so. Was I was thinking to myself, we so often get so sucked into the whole world of buying the newest set that comes out and reviewing the new set, but everybody's kind of doing the same old thing, right? And whereas if you're going and trying stop motion, regardless of what you already have, you don't even need to buy, like with the amount of Lego you guys and I have, we don't need to continuously buy. We can just build and then utilize that same set, but be able to create all those mini stop motions and everything else. So you can, I don't know, it's creativity unleashed pretty much.
Yeah, I definitely agree there.
Now, as we say about we don't need to buy more sets, we actually just recently picked up. I can't place it there. Here, I'll place it down.
That train set, to be honest with you, is my favorite train set. I own one of these, and I own 5 of the high-speed passenger train, the white ones. And the only reason why I got 5 of the other ones is because I wanted more of like the city vibe. And on top of that, I found like really good prices for the other one. But this one, I have to say, is my favorite train set, and I run throughout the city all the time.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So far, we've only built the locomotive and the blue flat car. But yeah, we got it on sale at the Lego store actually for $183.99, which is
nice. That's what, 20% off, or?
Yeah, it's about 22% off. So it's it's not a bad deal. It's pretty good.
I'm pretty sure it was the last one they had too, because they're getting the new thing.
Yeah, so I guess like a quick note, if there's anybody watching, they had the white passenger train that Canadian Brickyard just mentioned too on sale, but we didn't need another one, so that one's still there. There was definitely 2 copies of it at our Lego store in the city. I know if you want to go pick up another one, maybe go pick up one, because it definitely was a good 20% off again. So that's nice.
Right. Oh, and by the way, so in chat we just had Brick Trucker Nick show up. Hey Nick, how you doing, bud? It's definitely been a while. Nick's been a huge supporter of my channel, at least for a while now. So really happy to kind of see him in the chat.
Nice. Yeah. Don, what do you usually do with people in the chat?
I try to respond very quickly on my phone. It does not work too well.
Okay. That's a good idea. You can be on the phone responding. I'm just going to build this stuff here. Oh.
Yeah, speaking of one of the chat comments here, Djinn Blades just said the only trains that Lego has that he's interested in are the Hogwarts Express and the Imperial Conveyance. Which I don't know if I'd call that one a train, but I guess it kind of is.
I like that set. I didn't dislike it. I thought it was a pretty good one. And usually I don't like the new Star Wars sets that they can put.
I like it, but it's also missing like half of what it should have.
Oh, that's true.
Because it's like double-sided.
I know, right? But like they can't do the full thing. That would have been pretty big.
Already the set is overpriced.
Well, most theme sets usually are, but to be honest with you, like I do actually have to agree with him on the Hogwarts Express. It's one of those sets that like I haven't seen too many old style locomotives in a while. So eventually, like when I'm able to find it on sale, I'm definitely going to pick one copy up, see what I can kind of do with it. Maybe not use it as the exact copy of the set build, but at least use the locomotive part and see how I can kind of build from there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jang did a video, he didn't do a video about how to build it, but there's already a couple people that have been able to put in a the motor.
Okay. Now I'm curious to see if they're able to use the motorized function of Power Functions 1 or Power Functions 2, because I mean, the way I'm kind of setting up my city right now, I really only want to use Power Functions 1. And just because the RF signals and I do a lot of like Arduino programming, so I run a lot of like complex third-party setups. Whereas when you start moving into Power Functions 2, that's when you're kind of scratching your head, going, "Do I make this switch?" On one hand, I don't know if I really want to make the switch because of the Bluetooth, but on the other hand, it's kind of cool because it's a lot more compressed. So,
yeah, I get what you mean.
I don't think the people that have set it up have used Power Functions 2. I think they've only used Power Functions 1.
Oh, for the Hogwarts Express?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jang used Power Functions 1. He was able to use, I think the small motor is called the M motor, right?
Yes, I believe that is, because it's the medium-sized motor. And let me actually, here, I got it right here. Hold on.
Perfect. Yeah, I can definitely.
There's this guy right here, which is the M motor.
That's the one he used.
Oh, he'd use this one, hey? I'm surprised actually that they went with Power Functions 1. And the reason why I say that is because, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the difference between 1 and 2, but number 1 has, like, if you're using a train setup, you have one of the battery boxes, and then you have a separate module for the RF signal, and then you have a separate module for the actual drivetrain itself, like the motor. Whereas Power Functions 2, they combined both the RF, well, it's not even RF anymore. It just has Bluetooth built into the battery box. So it's like a 2-in-1. So it's a lot more compressed. And where you had challenges before with certain train sets, now all of a sudden you have much more room or compressed space. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really nice that they can compress it like that. I don't even remember entirely how Jang did it, but it was really smart. And I didn't even notice that he changed a whole bunch of parts on the train.
Did you do it in the little box, the little coal box, or in the actual train itself?
No, the motor itself is in the locomotive, and it's like pointed downwards, so the gear is like turning, I don't know, some small gears, and it looks really nice. He's got a good video about it too. It's super detailed, like all his videos are.
Oh, I'll have to check it out actually.
Short view.
Oh yeah, the Jang quick reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that he did that, because then if I really want to watch it, I can just do the quick one and not have to listen to the other stuff.
Right. I do know that some people prefer the shortened version, and then certain people, like, usually when I check out his channel, it's usually because I want something either in depth and just being able to see that one side of it that I normally don't get with other reviews. Or, I don't know. But now it actually gives people the option to be able to go and have that faster pace. And by the way, I'm getting a little bit of feedback. I don't know if it's on your end or.
I think it might be on ours.
It's all good now. I don't hear it anymore.
Perfect. Yeah. Speaking of that, like when we went to go buy the train, was originally going to get the Hogwarts Express, but then we saw that one, and well, cargo train one.
Oh, for sure. I would take it hands down. So by the way, we have AWM Lego Films in the house. Hello, and welcome. Lego Freak was commenting, so hello, Lego Freak. And Jinblade, I don't know if he's still here or not, but welcome, Jinblade.
Yeah.
Wow, sir, this is so more than ever before, Sean.
It's like I'll be honest with you. Like sometimes when I was starting my streams earlier on, like I found that chat was very, very manageable when you're usually like 15 views or less. The moment you start getting into the 30s, it gets a little chaotic. I think the highest view count that I had at any one time was like in the 70s or 80s, and that was it was hard to be able to manage the chat, especially if you were doing like solo or you were doing a complex build and you were constantly going back and forth. So I don't know, like in a way, I mean, don't get me wrong, YouTube's all about views and everything, but in a way, I kind of like the the small streams where you get to like interact with individuals, right?
Yeah, that's definitely what this is going to be. Yeah. 70 views.
Unfortunately, content has been down on our channel. But
yeah, well, why don't you tell everybody why? Like, what have you guys been up to lately and everything else?
Yeah, of course. So Matthew and I, we work for a company that surveys natural gas lines in Canada here, checking for leakages.
That's basically it. Yeah, that's checking for leaks.
That's basically it.
And to make more money, we usually go away from home. I've worked in Saskatchewan and Alberta for different years, and Sean came with me to Saskatchewan for a little bit this year. I also just got back from a trip to Thunder Bay and Toronto. I am the youth leader of our local church youth group, and one thing that we always do is we go on this big trip every 2 years, and so this year was in Thunder Bay. So we took a bus trip first to Toronto and then came backwards towards Thunder Bay, and it was pretty fun. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that. Now I guess I'm going to be building Lego until school starts.
Okay. And do you mind me asking, like, what are you guys taking in school right now?
So I'm in will be entering my final year of geological sciences. I'm actually going on next week, Wednesday, to Kenora area to start a project for this half term where I'll be taking a couple samples, looking at some data points, bringing all that back to school, and then writing a paper on it for the rest of the year until January.
Jeez.
Yeah, so that's gonna be good. It's gonna be a really big challenge and completely different because I've never focused on something for that long and put that much detail into it. But I think it'll be fun.
Oh, most certainly. Especially when you can sink your teeth into like a project that extensive for that amount of time. I mean, unless you're not passionate about it, it can be hard. Cool. But aside from that, it's kudos to you, man.
He's very passionate about his rocks.
Who doesn't like rocks? Rocks are great.
And I'm going into my second year of university, still doing a couple prereqs and just filler courses before I go into architecture. And yeah, that's about it. But we also have been trying to create an awesome video over the summer. So we're in a lot of small towns in Saskatchewan, and we decided, okay, we're going to go to every Walmart we can, find as much clearance Lego as possible, and make a clearance safari. So
nice.
Does our YouTube, or sorry, our Instagram. We have posted some of our finds on the Instagram. Mm-hmm. What is it? Is it just the Brick Amigos?
Oh gosh, I can't remember.
So I mean, here, let me pull it up right now. I'm usually checking your guys' Instagram out, anyways. So here, let's see here.
Yep, we're the Brick Amigos.
Yes, you are.
So we've posted a few of our finds there. We haven't posted all of them just because we wanted to save a few for the video itself. But honestly, it was really good. Like I loved doing it because you go into these Walmarts and sometimes you'd expect nothing and you'd find some really good stuff. Other times you'd expect a whole bunch and get nothing. Like the whole formula is sort of that the smaller the city, the better the finds will be because the less people and whatever.
Oh yeah, especially if it's not like a big hobby in that city. You're totally right. Stock just sits on the shelf. You can find some stuff that's even retired, and you get those amazing discounts.
The weird thing is though, like sometimes you'll find the retired set. Like we found the First Order TIE Fighter.
Oh yeah, we found the First Order TIE Fighter in Portage La Prairie, Manitoba.
Full price.
Full price.
What?
It was 70. Wasn't it 90 when it came out?
I don't remember.
90 or 80.
Which year was that set? Was that the 2017 or 20?
That was the 2015 version.
Yeah, it's really old.
What?
And it was still $70. Like I don't get it, because like we found the Ninjago City Chase there at that store for $6, and that came out last year.
You know what I would have done if I were you guys? I would have asked if they could price matched, and then just pulled something else up on the phone and being like, "Yo, it's even a retired set," you know?
I tried that one time with another. I tried. There was the box that was open.
Yeah, the city bus that came out last year.
The handicapped one.
Oh yes. Okay, I know exactly which one you're talking about. And what happened with that?
They said the best they could do was 10% off, and I remember saying to the woman, the chances that all the pieces are in the set are pretty slim. Like it's definitely been opened and rummaged through. I'm definitely not paying that. And she just said, okay, then I can take it here and I'll just send it back to wherever, put it in storage. So I did it. I was like, there's no way I'm getting only 10% off of this set when open. Yeah, like that Walmart we went to had a whole bunch of open sets. There was
there was Lego just all over the shelves. A bunch of minifigures were open.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's something I actually find at times at bigger box stores, especially like non-Lego official stores, is people will go there, they'll buy whatever set, and and they'll open up the sticker very properly and everything, take whatever they need out of it, and then just fill up the rest of the set. And you're like, okay, this isn't a complete set, and it's brutal when you get one of those.
Dang, really? I never knew about that, but yeah, that sounds
terrible.
It's sketchy, man. It's sketchy for sure.
I lose my mind there.
It's all about getting the bags that have the seal, and if they have like a self sealer or whatever, they usually go after like rare minifigures. So like let's say there's a massive set, and I don't know, let's take for example like the Death Star. Now, I'm not saying that that I found it personally, but let's say the Death Star and they wanted the certain Anakin figure from Death Star of that year. They would buy it, they'd open it, steal that particular bag back up, put it back in the box, and get it back, and the person's none the wiser, right?
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I've heard of stuff happening like that online.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's a lot more common in like bigger cities, though. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, like well, there's only in most of those. There's only the one Walmart in every city except for Regina. So
I guess that's true.
Right. Actually, Lego Freak's saying I always see open blind bags, so I guess that's pretty frequent where he is as well.
The open blind bags is pretty big. We found a good amount of those in Regina where you'd find, and people were just obviously wanting the figures. Like I remember we got or saw a hat. What was it, like one of those big sombrero hat things?
Oh, no, it was Sensei Wu's hat. I don't even know.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep.
So we found that, but no Sensei Wu, so I guess they just wanted Sensei Wu and not the hat.
Yeah. AWM says for Diginoblades, check out Five Below for minifigs. That they're usually $1 cheaper than normal stores, and they stock up on CMFs. Unfortunately, we don't have Five Below in Canada.
What is that?
That's like a dollar store, basically.
Oh, okay.
Dollarama.
Yeah. Oh, this is a note if anybody wants to search there. I haven't seen it since. I've seen it twice, but at the Dollaramas here in Canada, they sometimes really rarely have the Dimensions packs, not the big one, but the fun packs, and they're $4. So if you ever find that,
it's not bad.
$4 for one of those guys.
Yeah. So can you guys fill me in on Dimensions? Like I do know, like I've seen the boxes before and everything, and I do know that it's you not only get some Lego, like a Lego minifigure, a little build in there, but also it has something to do with some sort of Lego game. But I never personally like purchased them, so I don't really know. Like I've never played the game or anything. Have you guys at all, or?
Haven't played the game, but I know a similar game to it. The Disney Infinity version.
Oh, yeah,
it was. I bought it for $10 at a Toys R Us here because they were just clearing it out. I was like, well, I don't really care about this, but I kind of want to play it anyways, just to try it out. So it's basically you build a toy pad with the Lego version, and then it makes a portal, and then you put the characters on it, and then they just like are used in the game. So if you wanted to like get the Goonies pack and have, what is the guy's name? Sloth?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember. I never saw Goonies, to be honest with you.
Bad thing to admit on camera, man.
Yep.
Bad thing to say on camera.
Anyways, so yeah, you have to buy that pack to use that character, and it's a big money grab, really. But
it's cool for kids. It's not for adults. Like,
yeah, the only thing that made Dimensions for adults was getting like all
figures.
The figures, yeah,
because they do lots of classic pop culture references.
Yeah, like,
so
right. I did see like E.T. and I really wanted that one, and I don't know of any of the others, but when I saw that one, I was really questioning it hard. Like, should I?
Portals, the portal characters. So that was one that lots of people wanted. Like I kind of wanted that one too.
Yeah,
but
me too, honestly.
I didn't want to spend the money on that.
Oh. That was for a level pack too.
Yeah. But so that was sort of Disney, or sorry, not
Lego Dimensions.
Lego Dimensions.
Rip to Lego Dimensions.
Got it.
Honestly, yeah.
So anyone talking about Lego Dimensions in the chat?
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see here.
In the chat.
But yeah, going back to the CMFs that we were quickly talking about, I saw. Do you follow Brick University on Instagram?
No, I don't. Should I?
Yeah, you
should.
Definitely should.
Actually, no, I don't know.
You'll be jealous a lot because he features everyone who puts up like a clearance Lego haul and his own, and just some of the deals we've seen are just insane.
Incredible.
The craziest I've seen probably is the Harry Potter CMFs. Someone already found them for $1 each.
Really?
And I still haven't. Oh, I've seen them the one time at the Lego store, but
For the what is it, $5 a pack?
I think it's $4.
Is it $4?
Yeah,
It's
$4.99 or something. Yeah.
like
It's around that price.
$1 though, and they've been out for like a couple weeks. They haven't even been out for a month.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm having a real big problem nowadays with CMFs, like the sets and everything. Don't get me wrong, I really like the idea of being able to get certain unique minifigures if I have use for them. But like, for example, this guy right here, like the policeman, this is the one that kind of really ticked me off almost. You know, when everyone was searching around for this and people knew exactly where to find it in what box and all that. And I don't know, it just kind of feels like it, you know, it was kind of like a cash grab. And now I find that they're moving towards that instead of having like, you know, however many, I think there's like what 60 in a single box or whatever, and dividing them up between like 4 each or whatever. Now you're having like a certain select one where there's only one in a box, and of course you're gonna have people rummaging through it, and then you have like people going through, and especially like staff members being able to pull every single one from every box, selling them for high prices, and I don't like that whole idea.
No, I'm not a big fan of them doing that either. I definitely said that to Sean, is that I don't enjoy the chase figures. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
And people definitely do. You'll go to a store and every single box will be open and that one will be gone, and you could look for it forever.
Yeah. And I mean, some stores they're a little bit wiser, where what they do is they instead of just putting the box out and then opening it up and you know letting people rummage through it, they actually take all the packs out and put them on hangers on the wall. And so you don't even know what is what. But at the same time, who says that a store employee can't open the box, pull it out because they know the exact location, and then put the rest of them all on the wall, and you know none's the wiser, right?
Yeah. Yikes! I did not think about that. That is.
I know that. I think it's what's the store called again? Mastermind Toys. So I don't know if you have that over there, but over here in Calgary we have Mastermind Toys, and yeah, they always put them on the hangers on the wall, so you can never really trust it.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So we were talking that in Canada it was $4.99. So I guess in the States it's $3.99, like what Jinblade is saying.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, because everything's a little bit different, right? It's always adjusted, sadly.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Like that new. Okay, this will bring us to a new point. That new Cloud City set.
Oh my god.
Is what is it in the States? I
think it's $350 and $400 for us.
Yeah. That's a big price difference. Now bringing to that set.
The Death Star was $400, or no, sorry, the original playset Death Star was $400 for Americans, $500 for us, and then the new one was $500 for them and $600 for us. Yeah.
So that's when
Quite the gouge.
New set,
the Cloud City Betrayal.
Canadian Brickyard. What do you think of that set? Will you be purchasing it?
The Cloud City, unfortunately, no, I will not. I'm really focusing more of my purchases on what do I need for what I'm going to be utilizing my channel for. Because I mean, I could go gung ho with all these different types of themes and everything, but I'm not into reviews. I'm not into hauls. I mean, I used to do that quite a bit on the channel, but now I really gotta taper and focus what I want my purchases to be about. So I really think I'm going to be sticking with like creator, city, maybe any of the different themes that kind of mesh into a city sort of build. But I got to be more cautious or conscious of what will add to my stop motions, right? What can I use later on that will bring my stop motions more to life? That's really what my focus is more on.
Nice. But okay, so it's not because you don't like the set, it's because you just don't see a need for it. Is that correct?
Well, with asking the question, okay, so right now I answered it because I was simply just wanting to like focus in my purchases. But if I were to look at the set, and I just briefly saw it on Instagram. I don't even know if there's reviews or not because I don't really watch too many YouTube videos nowadays. But with the set itself, I mean, it's cool that they have a number of different sections of Cloud City, but I don't think I'd be buying it. Even if I was into buying a bunch of different theme sets, I don't know. It just doesn't hit the spot for me. I don't know. What about you guys?
Does not hit the spot at all.
Definitely not. I originally made a joke to an Instagram account, Minifigure Merc. Changed the name of it to Betrayal of the UCS title, but then I learned it was it's Master Builder series now for the play sets that are UCS type or whatever.
Really?
So, yeah. So kind of like tear down the AFOL hate that came with the Assault on Hoth set. But it didn't work. It's still a set that like the AFOLs and just I'm sure everybody was really looking forward to. And with that high price point, it's basically directed at like people who have more disposable income. So it doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it.
Here's the thing. Like, I feel that if, like, I understand theme sets are always going to be a little bit more. Okay, there's always a little bit of that licensing fee that's added in there. I get it, but I really think that when a developer is coming up with their concept, and then when they're going through their project managers to figure out a good MSRP for it, they shouldn't try to gouge the price so much that it's only exclusive to certain individuals with heavy pockets, right? I really think what they should do instead is they should say, okay, this set, the piece count, let's say, is worth $200, and because it's licensing and everything else, let's add on another $50 or $100. But this set right here is going to be to that price point where it's going to be just a little bit high, but it's still affordable for the mass majority of Lego users. Not to the point where it's like, okay, well, it only costs 200 in parts, but we're going to go and, you know, make it around $600 just because we can, right? That right there just, you know, it really makes my stomach turn. And I'm like, come on, guys. You got loyal fan bases for a certain reason. This is a children's hobby, first off. And I know that they're, you know, like AFOLs and everything else out there, but we got to think of the kids as well, right? Like the kids that don't have all that disposable income.
It literally is for the kids. Like the box does say, like,
what does it say? Ages
8 to 12. Let's go with.
I probably said different age.
Well, I don't know for that set in particular, but yeah,
I'm sure that set, like, and I'm thinking off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure it's something like 6 to 16 or something is probably what they would rate the box, if they even do that anymore. Because I mean, some sets now, I mean, like for example, the one that I'm showing right now, I don't see an age.
But it says right there, 14.
Yeah, 7 to 14.
Oh, and okay, so we just proved that I really need to go get my eyes checked. Oh, that's awesome. Actually, while I'm showing something on camera, I'm just going to show this real quick. So this is you know, part of the chassis of the Bugatti Chiron that I'm building right now. I found a really interesting use for, or they're using the what is it? The rubber band, and I think this is going to be the rear lights of the vehicle, but they're using the rubber band to identify that sort of Bugatti look, right? And I think that's kind of cool. It looks like they're already starting to kind of bury it in the back right here. So I think the only exposure will be along the exterior rear side. So I thought that was pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. It is. All right, I'm going to quickly grab some water. Would you like some, Matthew?
Sure, thank you, sir. Yeah, I just think that set. It's sad because I watched Jangs do a quick view of all the pictures and everything. And overall, it looks really nice. Like the figures are cool, the builds are cool. It's just together as one, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Now, with all the other reviewers out there, like, have the majority of them been expressing the same thing as like you and I, where they're saying they're not as impressed with the set, or are they basically saying that they like it?
That they like the set, how it's built and everything. Because I saw Jang said that he liked it. He just doesn't think it's marketed correctly. I saw Mandar say he's in love with it, which he likes Star Wars, so I'll give him that. And then the other person I saw, I can't remember what their name is right now, but they said the same kind of thing as Jang. Like they like it, they'll probably get it, but it's not a. If it's marketed towards kids, it's a really expensive kids playset. I kind of wanted to do a video where I would go to the Lego store with Sean and we would show, you know, regular parents a picture of the set and then tell them this is this and give them all the basic facts and say, now it's this price. Would you buy it for your kid, or is this something you'd entertain?
Then that would be controversial, but very interesting.
Yeah, and then we get kicked out of the Lego store. And I don't want.
So no, that's really interesting. But in all honesty, like I think that, especially with Star Wars, most sets that come out that depict older releases of the movies, those are more targeted towards the old adult fans, like usually between 30 to 50. I think that the only time that you're going to start seeing sets that are focused more towards like the younger kids is some of the newer type of sets, like for example when Solo came out, or when, you know, when some of the other ones, the more recent ones came out, when they started bringing out like Rey and Finn and all of them. I think you found a lot more of the smaller packs, but when you start going back into the older style movies, I think a lot of them, usually the prices go up quite a bit more, and maybe that's because they expect that the majority of the fan base or the main buyers of that set will be, you know, in their 30 pluses.
Yeah, I agree there, because especially that Cloud City scene. That is from a classic movie that like all of our parents would know. Most kids, they've seen the movie, they understand it all, but it's not something that they grew up and enjoyed.
Right.
I can definitely see kids in however old mom and dad are, playing with little figures from that scene.
Toys.
Yeah. But kids nowadays, they play with scenes more like from Revenge of the Sith or Attack of the Clones.
Right.
Not Attack the Clones. That's the worst.
Ooh, don't say that.
No comment.
Danny,
let's quickly check out the chat.
Oh boy,
Whoa.
Comments. Done.
Someone was saying, was it just too good? I don't know what that was about.
Oh,
but
I maybe it was just too good's reaction. Yeah, I think yes. Whoever said that is correct. Said that.
That was Djinn Blade.
Yes, thank you, Djinn Blade.
All right, switching a little bit of topics. So on our trip, my girlfriend actually found something really interesting at the university bookstore we were staying.
Yeah, this is perfect.
So this is a Lego stress brick from Lakehead University.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty awesome.
How many did you pick up? Please tell me you picked up more than 2.
4.
What?
So there's blue and yellow that we have, and we're going to do a giveaway of one of them, plus probably some small Lego set soon. But yeah, these are super awesome, and you'll never guess how much they were.
Well, okay. Now that you said that, I'm obviously like whatever my original guess was. I'm trying to like do at least 50% off that, but I don't know. I'd be guessing around the $6 mark.
$1.
What?
I know. I should have brought them.
Whoever wins those are going to be really lucky because I mean, any sort of stress toy is amazing.
So anyone watching here, be sure to enter the giveaway when we do post it. It'll probably be a YouTube video that we'll do and an Instagram post. But I'm not sure where the contest will be held. Probably Instagram. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. These are super awesome though. I really enjoy it. And yeah, they stack and everything too. It's great.
That's really cool. You know what? I like it when they not only model a particular whatever out of a toy or something else, but then they actually have functionality and use for it, like being able to stack them. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was super nice. I'm a big fan. Yeah. I'm just super excited to get the clearance safari out. Like, I've put in so much editing into that video over the summer. I hope it does well.
So just out of curiosity, what kind of editing softwares do you use?
Well, you'll cringe after you hear this, but iMovie.
Okay. Cringe. All right. So why iMovie? Is it just because free, or is it because that's what you start off with and you're very comfortable with it? Or are there certain aspects of iMovie that you just like, it serves my purpose and that's all I need?
It is what I started out with.
Okay.
Free. It is free. And I am getting decently well at video editing on it. Not still pretty basic stuff, but like
it's good enough.
It's never something I've really put a lot of time into. So I've tried to look at other video editing softwares. I can't even remember one that I downloaded a long time ago.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
Pinnacle Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
That's it. I found a free version of that one time, and I just couldn't understand it at the time because I was still
young.
I think I was in grade 7, so
it would have required.
I was like
reading the instruction manual.
Wow. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't want to read.
So in complete honesty, I mean, like a lot of the times when individuals, and I mean especially like viewers, when they're watching or whatever, and they hear about individuals using programs that cost quite a bit, they think some of them might think that the only way you're able to get the quality of what they're seeing is by using that video editor, and that's simply not the case. I mean, I was under the fortunate side where when I started off with one of those premium softwares, so I learned that premium software, but if I wanted to even switch from that to something even better that's going to come out in the future, it would honestly be a really hard purchase for me. It would be a really hard switch for me. It would be really hard to like try to relearn and even be able to get the same quality of video that I'm currently doing right now with a new piece of software. So I personally don't see anything wrong with starting out with a particular software and getting very comfortable with it, regardless if it costs anything or not.
And which software are you using?
Yeah.
So it really depends. Like, first off, if I'm going to if I'm just doing like standard post-production, that's when I use Adobe Premiere Pro. But if I'm getting into like stop motion, so my capture software is called Dragon Frame, and it's the software that some of the bigger Hollywood studios use for their stop motion, like actual production movies. And then after Dragon Frame, then I put all my footage into After Effects. So Adobe After Effects, use that to do all the animation and everything. Once I get that done, then I port it on over to Premiere Pro to do all the final edits and put all the scenes together and everything. So it can really get into a very big and convoluted process if you really want to go that deep. But once again, if you're just starting out with a simple point and click and then just, doing scene transitions, putting overlays of, either images or audio, starting out with a free software is just fine.
Well, unfortunately, that's basically what we are doing. It still
suits all the purposes.
Yeah, it's out perfectly. I do want to get like some bigger programs. I want to use Photoshop more, mostly also for that one because I need it for school eventually. Adobe Illustrator and AutoCAD I gotta learn, and just a bunch of different programs. But
so Photoshop's something that I have dabbled with as well. I mainly use Photoshop for either thumbnails, or I use them actually for my OBS overlays. So if I don't know if you've seen too many of the streams that I used to do. Actually, you guys were on one of the streams, right? And so the way I was able to do that overlay where I had like your screen, my screen, and then I had all the other kind of images around the side, that one was by using Photoshop. You can't use regular like paint softwares in order to create images like that you can use as overlays. So
interesting. I've always wanted how to do that because like I've seen your stream like that and just so many others in the Lego community too. Yeah. I think it was the Saturday night show or whatever.
Oh, we went on one of those.
Yeah, we were on that. They usually had all different cool overlays, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. And then there's us just with blank, but yeah, it's not always about the flashy stuff too.
No, it really isn't. And I do find at times like people try to imitate and everything. It's flattering when people like the idea of it, but at the same time, it's like. If the community's ready for it, great. If they're not, so be it.
You don't have any more of those pizzas.
What are you looking for?
The put on the train station.
Oh, the brown ones? Yeah, I know.
You don't have any?
I could only find the 3, honestly. We
might
have to dig around in the brown bin, but
okay.
Sounds like a Bricklink order is coming up.
No, we're trying really hard not to make any more.
Yeah, we're trying to cut back on our Lego spending hard. It's not working too well, but we're trying.
At least you're making an effort, right?
Yeah. Honestly, we could probably count at least on 2 hands how many Lego purchases we've made this year.
It's not like a big amount.
Yeah.
It's just like we just have too much. And
to be honest, we are running out of space in our room, as much as I hate to admit it.
There you go. Finally. Having to fight for a while.
Yeah. We are looking into options of reorganizing and optimizing our space here.
And selling some of the stuff we don't use anymore.
Yes, we're going to sell off some Bionicle stuff from when we were kids.
Oh, geez.
Never going to use that again.
Yeah. Bionicle's kind of for us.
I'm finding when it comes to the Lego hobby, it seems like there's it seems like there's 2 barriers. So the very first barrier is having enough money to be able to buy the amount of sets or the quantity that you want, right? once you get past the purchasing phase and you get into a comfortable stage where you actually have quite a bit of Lego, the other issue is space. And you're completely right. I can completely sympathize with what you guys are talking about right now, and really having to question your layout or what you're utilizing sets for, because you're like, should I do this or should I rearrange, or
Yeah, like we don't keep many sets ever anymore.
No.
It's just immediately like that train set. We took the bags that we wanted to make, so we took the train bag or the locomotive bag and built that. All the other bags are just not going to be opened until we start sorting more, and then the pieces are just going to be sorted directly into their appropriate bin.
Yeah.
Because if we built it, that'd be way too big.
And even so, the train itself is huge. Like the locomotive,
It's way bigger than yours.
yeah, it's way bigger than the custom diesel engine I made. Yeah, I don't even know where to store all the train stuff anymore. All the boxes that I delegated for them underneath the table, they're full. So what I kind of want to do on the back wall that we have in our room, I want to build some shelves.
Can you see that?
Yeah, right where Matt's hand is.
okay.
And it'd be like just the standard, basically 16 wide base plate that can fit on there. And then I just throw up some of my power functions rails that don't have the metal in them. And yeah, then they just sit happily on there on display.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. But end game in my future home would be a shelf space going around the entire top of a room, and then the train just runs along there.
See, I think that'd be cool, but at the same time, you wouldn't see it very much.
Oh. That was a notification.
What does it say?
I don't know, something about your virus software.
Oh, jeez. Can't stand, especially when you're doing like live stream and stuff, and all of a sudden like Windows just decides to like pop up those random notifications. You're like, really?
Yeah.
Or the worst is when it's like, oh, your computer's restarting, and you're like, no, please.
No, not now. Doing a live stream.
Do when I want to do it.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, it's interesting you guys are talking about that right now, because I'm actually like I don't want to say too much right now, but there is a change kind of happening for me and my Lego setup in the very near future. So it'll be an exciting one. And when I'm pretty close to 1,500 subscribers. I think once I actually hit that subscriber count, I'm going to probably release a video kind of showcasing what's going to happen and everything. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how I'm able to reuse possibly new space.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. I want to do another room tour here because we did one originally when we moved into this new room.
But that was a couple of
It
years
was
ago.
a couple of years ago. Things have changed. The setup has definitely improved. But yeah, I haven't found the time yet. Didn't organize basically anything over the summer since we were gone. But yeah, we'll get there eventually.
And so this is more directed towards Matt, because Matt, I believe you were the one that was saying that you were wanting to eventually get into like stop motion and stuff. So have you started looking at hardware at all, or is that something that you'll be looking at later on down the road?
I haven't ever looked very much. I just sort of the one person that I would ask and go to is this guy that I grew up with, because he's really big into YouTube.
Oh yeah, he is a prominent YouTuber in Winnipeg here.
Yeah.
He's his handle is the real Ray 20. He's got over 200,000 subscribers now.
Nice.
But yeah, we grew up with this guy, and he's really into like camera work and all that stuff.
Yeah, he does drone stuff too. So I know that he would be the guy that I can go to for either like a used camera or be like, hey Thomas, what kind of camera can I get? I want to do this with it, because he would know this is what I should do.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of have that set up. I'm hoping that he'll have a used one and I can buy it from at a reduced rate too. That's the big hope.
Okay. Well, that's interesting then. Do me a favor, let me know kind of when you do talk to him, because even though I've done like, I usually do quite a bit of research before I buy hardware or everything, and I do already have like quite a decent setup, but I'm always looking to learn what the new thing is and how it's able to assist me better. So when you actually get into it a little bit more, kind of let me know, and I'll be able to kind of assess my own gear as well.
Well, yeah, for sure. Sounds like a good idea. I don't think it'll be until I'm saying done school, but that's not even that far away. That's a year away. So maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm finding this really interesting. Let me show you this real quick on camera. So this is going to be the windshield, okay? And I'll make sure that I kind of zoom in for you guys. So here's the windshield, and you'll see that they have a printed piece along the top, and then the sides are clear, and then the front obviously is clear. What's interesting though is they've done the printing along the top, yet they have stickers for the sides. And all the stickers are doing is they're just these little tiny rounded pieces that add a little bit more of a graphic effects. But why couldn't they have just printed the whole thing? Like, I don't get that.
I don't. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense either.
Nothing at all, right? It's weird, but oh well.
Oh well. Yeah. I'm gonna quickly actually add in my phone to this call so we can give you guys a bit of a bird's eye. Well, not bird's eye, but a bit of a view of some of the buildings we've got going on here.
But you took off one of them.
What do you mean? Oh, the police headquarters?
You can go look at it.
Yeah, maybe. It's still under construction heavily.
Years under construction.
Everything's under construction.
Okay, set it up.
Yeah, I'll get that going.
Do we have another one of these windows?
I don't know, honestly. Maybe check.
Oh, wait a sec. No, we definitely do. It's in Jigo City.
Where?
Right here. Before you go.
Okay.
Please show me.
Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, I know.
It's right here. Yeah. Good call. Good call.
Yeah, I'm going to take it out.
Okay, good luck. Maybe I cannot.
Yeah, we're going to take apart Ninjago City.
Okay.
We also need it for the base plate. The layout picture we showed you earlier has been budgeted specifically so that we only had to buy 3 base plates.
Only had to buy
one big gray and one 2 32 by 32s.
That's hilarious though. So there actually is purpose for that particular base plate then. So and that's why you need to take apart the set mainly?
Yeah.
We're going to take apart the set eventually anyways, just because it does have a lot of useful pieces. Like that's half the reason that I enjoy this set so much is if you ever wanted to take it apart, the possibilities with the pieces are endless.
That's so true, actually. I mean, that was a phenomenal set for parts to Pete ratio and all that. One thing I do find like that I do myself is because I have a lot of those old style creator home sets, and they came with those really dark green base plates as opposed to the new base plates, which are like super bright green. And what I want to do in the forest, in my Lego City forest, was have a dark green sort of layout. So I swapped out all of their base plates with the light green, and then transferred all the dark green over to the forest. So,
Smart. Yeah, I definitely know what sets you're talking about because I think I have a few. I think I only have one of the old one with that colored base plate, but.
Oh.
It's good to go.
Okay. Oh.
Put on mute. There you go.
But now we that's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good right now.
Go, Sean.
Trying to decide which of these rims I kind of like better. These are the 2 different options. I mean, it's black on black, so you can't really tell too well, but I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm just gonna point. Hopefully. Oh wait, that doesn't matter. I like the right one more.
This one right here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, and that's actually the one that the set told you to kind of build with. So you picked correctly.
Super compact and had nice little cars, but I just don't want to do anything not custom in it, so it's gonna be really hard to maybe get one of those and add it. Just difficulties, man. Okay. Yeah, so a quick little update. Brickyard is showing his car is almost done here. Well, we didn't do very much. We finished part of the floor of this sky bridge that we're doing between 2 of our buildings. Once Sean's back and he shows off the camera, you will be able to see. But there's going to be a sky bridge between 2 of the larger buildings in the downtown district. It wasn't where we wanted it originally, but we figured that it was impossible to do it across the giant the giant road you can see in the middle here without ordering some more pieces. So we had to just do it across a smaller 16 length road.
Right. Interesting. So, and when was the timeline that you need to have this done by? End of September, you said?
End of September, yeah.
Oof. It's going to be hard work for you guys.
The camera over to my phone. So just press on the box. That's got my phone on there.
This one?
No.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Here we go. Oh, that quality. What are you doing?
Is it potato quality?
It's potato quality.
Oh, that's a shame.
You got to here. Let me take the roof off.
Yeah, okay. So this is our train station that we made.
This is our favorite building.
Yeah, it's turned out pretty nice so far.
You know what? I have to say, I really do like the idea that you're able to kind of see in as the viewers, because that's the angle the viewers are going to be seeing, right?
Yeah. The people will be like seeing what the camera is seeing.
That is so cool. Are you guys planning on putting any lights, by the way, or not?
We do have a light strip that we used for Utapau. We could put it in there, but I don't think it'll make too much of a difference because we did put skylights in the roof, and they do let in a decent amount of light in there.
Yeah, I'd say if it wasn't for those skylights, we'd probably have to light it up, but it does work enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah. So recent details added in here. We added in a nice clock right there, and the P2 is for platform 2 on that side. So
I think the final detail that I want to add in is I kind of want to zoom in on the column.
Or the middle column?
Yeah, so I want to put in like either a vending machine or like a little ticket booth right there.
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah.
And then I also want to do another ticket booth right at the main entrance. I just don't know how.
Right there.
Yeah, I just don't know how to do that. So I kind of thought about it. I made one, and me and Sean both agreed it looked very bad, so we got rid of it.
Okay.
And yeah, we will come up with something eventually, or just leave it blank and completely stick it out.
Mm-hmm. Moving over here, something that we have started working on for this little bit of a segment here is a walkway overhead bridge for connecting these two buildings.
Right.
That's something you see a lot in downtown areas. So
in Calgary, it's like the entire downtown of Calgary has those. I think they call them like 12 plus or 15 plus because they're 15 feet off the ground, and people use them a lot, especially for like winter times. And I think it's they had a biography where a guy worked in one of the buildings, he lived in another of the buildings, and he never went outside for a full year. All he did was travel between using the 15 pluses and going to like grocery stores in other buildings and everything, and it was really interesting actually.
I've seen something very similar to that. It was in one of my architecture classes. This guy, he only left his house to like in his car. He never went outside.
Whoa.
Yeah, he was parked in a garage and then got to work in a garage and just never went outside.
Wow.
Who would do that? But another one of the buildings here is just a regular, office building with an Octam kind of convenience store on the bottom. This one has been in our updates before.
We're going to change it a bit because the skylight is going to go in here.
But I do really like the shape that you have. I'm finding that not too many individuals, when they do mocks, they don't do like certain angles, and I'm liking the fact that you're taking angles towards your build. So good on you for that.
You mean the curve, or?
Yeah, the curve of the 3 windows.
Yeah.
That's something that's shocking.
Curves are something like I always want to put into like mocks, and like just any kind of movement. So like that's why I love having the trains and the crane. The fact that it can like swivel around was something really important for me to do.
Right.
Yeah. And like,
sorry,
go. Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Another thing we got going here is our coffee shop from our original custom Lego City.
Okay.
And
we can basically.
Yeah, we had the coffee shop in as many mocks as possible. And then, of course, Citibank is another throwback for us from the custom city.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I do have to say I actually really enjoy the actually both of them, but the coffee shop in general. It is that just like will it ever be marked off, or is it always going to be like a mock sort of Starbucks in a way?
We just do it as like a white. It was the white cup that we put on it, and that's sort of the signature thing.
Yeah, we put the white cups on the sign right here, kind of like a Cheers type motion. But yeah, it's basically a rip-off Starbucks, but just without logos. Yeah.
Right. Huh. Very interesting.
Yeah, the sort of main goal with this one, I hope someone's still listening besides just Canadian Brickyard, is that I like most people that do their MOCs for like a downtown or anything, leave out lots of details in the sense that they just take the modulars, plop them in, and then maybe make like one large skyscraper, and that's it. And it doesn't feel minifigure scale. The train station is prime because like it's perfect minifigure scale. If you put a figure beside it, it would look exactly like how a real train station would. These buildings here, they're only, what is it? The max is four. No, this one's, no, they're all 4 stories, but they still feel like if you were a minifigure, you're looking up at a skyscraper. Sure, like it's not 10 stories, it's not the biggest possible thing, but to scale everything is correct, and that's something that I really want it to be, is to scale correct. Yeah.
Right. No, I totally hear you on that, and you're completely right. Like a lot of these people, when they create their cities, me included, we get a lot of the modulars. That's usually how the city starts off. Plop in all the modulars, put in a few streets, and call it a day. But then when you want to take it to that next level and you really want to add that detail and everything, that's what really makes the city pop. And that's when you can separate yourself from, just the mundane, oh, I spent X amount of money and had a table and there you go,
Yeah, basically. It's not that those things are bad. It's just, it's not like a custom creation. This is truly a custom creation.
Yeah, and that is definitely something our channel is built upon, building custom stuff. Hey Matt, you want to grab some of the other buildings so I can?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. We have others. We don't even know if they're all going to fit anymore.
we built facades, but we're never sure about space. So
I'll put this one
put it there.
Here.
Yeah. So this is an apartment building Matt built. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it really.
It's basically just a modern kind of apartment building where you've got in the bottom floor, it could be either like a lobby or you could have little shops. Probably not shops just because there's no storefronts, but that's the idea. And then the floors are just, basic. There's a little balcony that's switched for each side. So door here, basically as small as it can possibly be without really getting out. I used a couple of jumpers to be able to do that whole switch between. So these ones are jumped out and these ones are jumped out as well.
Okay. Yep.
And yeah, it gives you a whole 2 spaces here. So like a figure, is there a figure there? No. Here's the guy. A figure can fit here. Mm-hmm. And they have space, which is exactly what I wanted. It's just like if someone could stand there, it'd be perfect, and they can.
Yeah, and I mean, they also have those, what do they call them? Like Juliet Balconies or whatever. So theoretically, if you went to like a single stud or whatever, you could always use it as that as well.
Oh, I think I know kind of what you mean. Yeah.
Oh,
just like basically you open your door and
it's, the railing's right there.
That's like what? Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, Oma used to have one of those.
Yeah.
No, that was one of the buildings that is. I really want to get this one in, but I don't really know where it's going to go anymore. So we'll see.
We'll see. That one in the back that you guys are seeing right now. Another one Matthew built. Unsure if it's going to be used or not.
I'm so sad because I like this one a lot.
In all honesty, I really do like that one too.
It's the classic style. Like you see this in every single city. You've got.
It's facing this camera.
Oh shoot. Whoopsies. Yeah. You've got the in this space it would just be, I guess when most people do it, there's a little bit of a tree or something in the middle, but I don't have enough space for that. There's just a basic window. On the sides, usually you'd have a fire escape, and it'd be 2 or 3 stories tall. I really like it, and where is it? I used jumpers because we have so many stupid jumpers.
Yeah, texturing effect.
Yeah, so I used that. Sean doesn't love it. I love it.
Well,
but whatever.
It just needs to be finished. That's all I want.
He's like, I don't want a half-complete mock. But these are just building facades that you're doing for the front sections, right?
Yeah. Usually we just gray out the backs, but
don't even do the backs. We don't have enough pieces.
Yeah, I don't think we will be able to do the backs of some of these buildings.
Yeah,
which is it's a bummer, but at least then we could maybe like put in some some little scenes that you could see from the window.
That's the one thing that we lack over other people.
We never do interior detail.
Ever.
It's something we should definitely change, but
we have not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm kind of getting into. And I know when I did my what was it, the Peter Parker apartment from the Sanctum Sanctorum MOCs that I did. I did a lot of the interior of the first floor, and it was so rewarding. I mean, even though you're covering it up with the second and third floor, when you open up that first floor, you're like, holy, like the interior really looks good. So I would highly encourage you guys to get into like interior builds as well.
I'm so bad at it. I've tried a few times. I know I'm so bad.
It's hard because you have limited space and you have like the pieces. I mean, you can only do so much with showing them off, right? So you got to make sure that you add in certain pieces, and everybody will be able to, at first glance, know exactly what that piece is supposed to represent.
Yeah, Jang Bricks is really good at it. Like when I watch his custom things now, it's not even for the buildings themselves; it's for the interior. Like the hospital is probably one of my favorites. He is able to squeeze so much into such a tiny space. It's incredible.
Right.
This is our construction site here.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
What we wanted to accomplish with this is build something that doesn't really distract from the view of the big buildings in the back, or just completely cover them. So the construction site is pretty open. You can like see through it, and it isn't that tall. It's mostly just posts. So yeah, what we decided to do here is also use like brown bars and just stick them into studs that are open. And then it just kind of acts like rebar. So it's pretty cool that way. And then we use like lots of textured bricks. So like these old, basically juniors columns, but like from Jack Stone. Those are really cool. And then all the stuff that like is like steel girders and just everything. This one was a lot of fun to do just because it's under construction.
It's really great. Yeah. It doesn't matter if it's unfinished.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that this is like you depicted it very well, especially with the rebar. I really like that detail on there. And originally, when before you turned on your cell phone, and I was just looking at the laptop view, it looked like the crane was overtowering the whole city. And I was worried. I was like, okay, well, if where Sean's standing right now is where people are going to be, is it that they'll be able to even see the back section? But now seeing it from this view, I can clearly tell with all that open space and everything, it gives that city feel, but you still have full access to the back, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Sean pushed for that heavy, and he's smart. I did not. Good job, Sean.
Yeah, he wanted to build tall buildings like right where my hand is over these small ones right here. And I'm like, no, that's gonna block everything over here. But yeah, the crane is like right near the border of the MOC, like right where the Metroliner engine is the edge of the MOC. So
right.
We placed the crane pretty close.
Yeah, it is big. I told Sean this. I don't like I love the crane itself.
The tower.
I don't like the tower
either.
But I don't know how to change it because I've looked at the set that they released, and they just did it as like 1, 2, 3, 4 in a like
kind of like
a diamond.
Those ones right by you are organized.
Yeah. But that it wouldn't get that whole look that you have here. So I don't know. It does the job.
It does the job, literally.
It does the job.
It functions too. I got the string in there, and you can turn it. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. So it actually has playability to it.
Yeah, and it turns and everything. It's great.
That's awesome. Look at our minifigs go.
Yeah, I got Matthew hanging on there.
It works very nicely.
A lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome.
What time are we at? I don't even know.
I know that we're either approaching 1 hour or we've been at 1 hour. So I don't know if you guys are ready to call it, but I'm pretty good to go if you guys are.
Yeah, you've completed your set there, eh?
Yeah, sure did. I'm actually really happy with it. To be honest with you, it actually didn't have as many stickers as I thought it would. It only had 9 stickers, and out of the 9 stickers, I think about 4 sets of them were just like the left side and the right side. So there's barely any sticker applications that you can even witness on this. It's more about just lines of the car, and that's something that I really liked about it. Here, actually, now that you're focused on me, I'll just kind of quickly show it off. So yeah, what I really like is the fact that they paid a lot of attention to the front and back details. with stickers, and I think that there was really no other way that you could get those looks at the front without using the stickers. But however, on the side, aside from using that one sticker on the glass, everything else is just pure bricks, and it's off of the curves. So I really liked how they use minimal stickers on the side and just use more of what Lego has produced. And then at the back, I mean, sure, we got a couple of the stickers, some for the vent and then one saying the Chiron license plate. But the real cool thing was that elastic band that kind of really gives it that Bugatti sort of feel to it, you know?
Yeah, that is really good.
That's pretty awesome.
You have the mini model. Are you interested in getting the full size model or the
So okay, I've seen the full size model. I've seen the Porsche full size model. I've seen all what they do with the transmissions and everything, how much detail they put into even like having each of the engines have a custom number engraved in it and everything. They do a lot of amazing work with the trannies working at full capacity with the paddle shifts and everything. But once again, I'm now reeling back my purchases to only focus on what I really need my channel to be about. So I don't think I'm going to be doing the Chiron, the actual whatever you call the major build, unless I find it on a really good price. But other than that, no. I think I'm going to admire it. I have high respect for it, but I'm not going to add it to my collection.
Yeah, very fair.
Yeah, that's about the same with us with the Porsche. Like, there was no way we'd ever buy that set, but if we were able
to win it,
there's for sure.
Try to win it.
Yeah, we won that guy with a $20 raffle ticket.
Wow.
Yeah. I would
$20 raffle ticket, and you won that.
Yeah, we bought one ticket. A bunch of other people in our group bought like
that one Kyle guy bought 3 tickets.
Oh, poor Kyle. Yeah,
it is a really nice set. I totally am happy because I would never be able to have that experience otherwise. To have it. But yeah, it's too expensive, and it's a display piece. You're never going to take it apart. You're never going to use the pieces, which is what I do with Lego. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure for that raffle, half of the proceeds went to. Well, that's a train. Half of the proceeds went to a charity of the group's choice, and the other half just went to our general fund. Yeah, for the lug, so we could like host meetings, go to shows, etc.
Buy pizza.
We never buy pizza.
We had pizza one time.
Oh, that was at Sorting for Lug Bulk, right?
Sorting.
So that's pretty cool that you're. So what is the lug that you're a part of, or do you want to mention it online, or?
We're part of the Manitoba Lego Users Group, or MB Lug. We do shows.
They do 2 shows? No, 3 shows.
There's a couple different shows that we do. Manitoba Megatrain is, I think, our biggest show, and that's at the Assiniboine Downs here in Winnipeg. Then we also do the Central Comic Con, which is at the Winnipeg Convention Center. There's some in like small towns like Winkler and Morden. For I think Chris lives around in that area, but I'm not sure.
He lives near Winkler.
Okay, yeah. So it's just kind of like rural, well, not rural connections, but connections that they've made where they're able to do these smaller shows, which is really awesome. And then Chris is also he builds a lot of stuff. So we have a children's museum here in Winnipeg at the Forks, which is a national heritage site here.
Yeah.
And he built like this new renovated part of the children's museum, and it was on display there for the longest time. I'm pretty sure there's a picture of it on our Instagram if anyone is watching and still wants to check that out.
Yeah, Chris is really good. Chris is intense.
Mm-hmm. He is very intense about Lego, but yeah. Too much, yeah. But I'm really excited that we joined the Lego Users Group. Like, it's been a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, I don't know if you have. There's definitely an Alberta group, isn't there?
I think.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely are a few around here, and it'd be nice in a way to get into that, but at the same time, I don't know if I have enough time right now. So it's really about, okay, primary focus for me is just my personal stuff, getting back to work, all that type of stuff. And then after that, the next focus for me is the YouTube channel and really starting to push more towards the content on it once again. Past that, if all those are running well and I can still support time for a lug or whatever else, sure, I'll do it. But that is definitely going to take a back seat. So I personally am not part of any lugs right now, but it's something I'm going to be entertaining in probably the future. So we'll see, especially when I'm going to be doing a bunch of travels to a bunch of the different conventions and things. yeah, I think being a part of a lug would definitely help out quite a bit more as well.
Definitely. And then, for example, like lug bulk, when you do like huge purchases, like when you did for the X-Fall Center, like
Yep.
lug bulk definitely would have
Lug bulk is
that
great.
would have brought the price down a lot for you.
I was gonna say too, since you need specific pieces. Sometimes they do, what is it called? I don't know what the bricks that they give us are called.
Oh,
Surplus bricks?
They basically send the lugs. No, support bricks.
Support bricks.
It's not usually something that you're totally looking for, but we usually get like bags in from Lego, and it's just an assortment of discontinued pieces, or just pieces they don't need anymore, or pieces from sets that they've broken down.
Yeah.
And holy jeez, it is really cool. Some of the stuff you get in there, like
where's that golden wheel?
No, that was. Oh right, yeah, that was from one of the bag things, right?
Do you know where it is?
Yeah, they separate out like bags from sets too. So you're not gonna get a complete set, but you can like get a bag of a set. One time I got 2 original trilogy stormtroopers from one of those.
Right.
I can't find it, but here's one of the pieces we got from just one of the grab bags of totally random pieces. We got this huge. Oh, I gotta click to our feed. My bad.
Sure, no worries.
Got this huge boat hull, like only one of them, but man, that's a huge piece. That's probably super expensive on Bricklink.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, to open up a Bricklink store, sell a few of those things, and you're good.
Yeah, and I was able to use it in the Utapau mock, and I don't think I'll ever use it again. But
Unless we make a big boat.
unless we make a big boat,
unlikely.
Yeah.
No, it's great for it's great for making connections and meeting people that are passionate about the same thing, but it's really great for the support bricks too, because what was another one? They had, here, are we still on our feed? They had one of the police stations. So
Okay.
I think Sean specifically saw that they had these blue windows before. So we, talked and we're like, okay, pick any bag with these blue windows, because to get those frames on Bricklink is kind of expensive. It's
for some reason window frames are overly expensive.
It's like minimum, I think 50 cents to 40 cents Canadian, which it's not a lot, but if you need, 15 to 20.
It sure does, yeah.
Yeah, you built your convention center. You know how it is with those kind of things, right?
Oh, yeah. It's more than $400 just in windows.
Yeah, so much money. So yeah, just things like that. We thought, okay, let's get as many of those windows as we can. And I think at the end too, we traded with someone. We're like, hey, trade with us. We'll give you this bag. Give us the one with the windows,
Please.
So please, please. So yeah, that's, I think, a big benefit of it too, is those support bricks.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, just cool pieces.
Really enjoyed our time with the lug.
Yeah.
And one thing we do too for our Christmas party type meeting,
it's fun.
we play this game called the Dirty Brickster, which is basically like Secret Santa with stealing. So you buy, how we do it, we buy a Lego set with a value of up to $25.
Yeah.
And you just wrap it up, and someone goes, they pick, and they open it, and then someone then on their next turn can either steal that or pick a new set. And just, it goes on and on and on.
Do you think Chris has watched the stream or will watch this? Wait, is it live after we're done this? Like,
yes. You have the option of putting this up on live afterwards. And
are you going to?
Probably.
Okay, I was gonna say, if you don't, then I can show the video or show the what we got Chris for or what we got for the Dirty Brickster.
Oh, we can show Amir after we close the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll show you afterwards, just in case any of the lug guys are watching. But
okay, sounds good.
Already.
Yeah, we've already got our Dirty Brickster presents.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, Dirty Brickster, it's a lot of fun. We got one of the Johnny Thunder adventure sets last year. That was awesome.
That's the one you received, or that's the one you bought for someone else?
That's one we received. I stole it from someone, and then nobody stole it from me.
No, it was done. I thought you locked it in.
Yeah, I locked it in. Yeah, you can lock things in at 3 steals, so it can get pretty intense. I think we 4 things were locked in, definitely, at least. So lots of steals. But yeah. I think that is about going to wrap it up for this stream.
Oh wait, what if Canadian Brickyard has any closing things to say? Jeez,
well, yeah, I will let him.
Okay, of course.
Not anything to close with.
There. Nice.
No, to be honest with you guys, I'm just really glad that, you know, after you guys did your business travels and everything, you reached out and you were like, hey, you know, this is something we want to do. Do you want to come on? I just want to thank you guys for that. It was pretty cool. And even though it's not something that I'm actively doing streaming on, it's nice to be able to, you know, support another channel as well. So thank you very much for the invite. And that's all I can really kind of say to that.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks again for coming. More people are better. I wish we could have a big group. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it would have been great if Chris could come on, but of course, busy. Like work is priority and comes before Legos. That's all good.
Definitely.
Yeah. So thanks again, everyone, for coming out and watching the live stream.
We have 2 viewers. Wow.
Remember to keep watching our channel and Instagram for notifications about the giveaway for one of these awesome stress bricks and a Lego set. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys.
Brick Amigos out.
And Canadian
wait.
Brickyard out.
See you later, guys.